and welcome back to my channel. It is day 32 of the Geography GCSE countdown. We're almost a third of the way through. I hope you are finding these useful. Please do subscribe down below if you haven't already. It really just helps me out. I have never made any money from YouTube, being completely transparent. I just do these for the sake of you guys, because it's what I wanted when I was doing my GCSEs and my A-levels, and so yeah, a subscribe would really help me out. Also hit the little notification bell if these are something that you do watch every day, so that you don't miss the next one. But today we are looking at coastal erosional landforms. So what actually is a landform? A landform is a feature of the landscape. It has been formed or sculpted by the process of erosion, transportation or deposition. The role of geological structure and rock type. Some rocks are tougher and more resistant than others. Rocks such as granite and chalk form impressive cliffs and headlands because they are more resistant to erosion. Softer rocks, clays and sands are more easily eroded to form bays or low-lying stretches of coastline. Geological structure. Geological structure includes the way that layers of rocks are folded or tilted. This can be an important factor in the shape of cliffs. Faults are cracks in rocks. Enormous tectonic pressure can cause a rock to snap rather than fold, bend, and movement or displacement can happen on either side of the fault. Fault lines are forms of weaknesses in rocks, usually carved out by the sea. Headlands and bays. Different types of rock at the coastline will be eroded at different rates. Weaker bands of rock, such as clay, erode more easily to form bays. As the bays are sheltered, deposition takes place and a sandy beach forms. The tougher, more resistant bands of rock, such as limestone or sandstone, are eroded much more slowly. They stick out into the sea to form headlands. Erosion dominates these high-energy environments, which explains why there are no beaches. Most erosional landforms are found at headlands. Cliffs and wave-cut platforms. When a wave breaks against a cliff, erosion close to the high tide line will wear away the cliff to form a wave-cut notch. Over a long period of time, usually hundreds of years, the notch will get deeper and deeper, undercutting the cliff. Eventually, the overlying cliff can no longer support its own weight and it collapses. Through this continual sequence of wave-cut notch formation and cliff collapse, the cliff will gradually retreat. In its place will be a gently sloping rocky platform called a wave-cut platform. A wave-cut platform is typically quite smooth due to the process of erosion. However, in some places it may be scarred with rock pools. Caves, arches, stacks and stumps. Lines of weakness in a headland, such as faults, are particularly vulnerable to erosion. The energy of the waves wears away the rock along a line of weakness to form a cave. Over time, erosion may lead to back-to-back caves breaking through a headland to form an arch. Gradually, the arch is enlarged by erosion at the base, and eventually the weathering processes such as freeze-thaw acting on the roof. Eventually, the roof will also be worn away and collapse to form an isolated pillar of rock known as a stack. A chalk arch, Barwagyn, Anglesey. Barwagyn is an impressive arch formed by erosion in an outcrop of white quartzic rock on the Anglesey coastline. In the past, Barwagyn was quarried for china clay. Today, you can still see the gridstone used to extract the clay on top of the rocks. It's a stunning climb across the rocks, but it can be dangerous because of unstable cliffs. So let's think about the question briefly. Explain how coastal landforms are created by erosion. So we will think about here the caves, arches, stacks and stumps. So there is a joint of fault in the resistant rock here. Abrasion and hydraulic action widen the joint to form a cave. Waves make the cave larger until it cuts through the headland to make an arch. The arch is eroded and the roof becomes heavy and collapses. This leaves a tall stack. And the stack is eroded and collapses, leaving a stump. So I hope this has been useful. Do subscribe down below if it has, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.